Hello, astrology explorers, and welcome back to another week here at Bella Star Astrology. This week, we're going to go over the October 25th to October 31st astrology forecast. And of course, happy Halloween to all of you out there. As you know, this is a magical time. This is very sacred for many people, whether you are celebrating Halloween in the American tradition or abroad, or if you're out there celebrating All Souls and connecting with your loved ones from beyond. I hope that you have a wonderful week and that you are blessed with, positive experiences and wonderful connections that you make with others that are also interested in spooky October festivities. So, guys, I know that last week was rough. You know, that Aries full moon came swooping in, and you had to make some tough decisions and some difficult conversations you were having internally and externally, and then push yourself beyond what you ever thought was possible for the things that you wanted. But this week, this week the sun is in Scorpio, as it already transitioned at the end of last week. And the mystery, the connections, the difficulties that Scorpio brings are mostly, how can I say this? They're difficult, but they're also, if you use strategy, if you use the strengths of Scorpio, the strategic planning, looking beyond this moment, getting a sort of idea of what you want and avoiding the sting and really rising like the phoenix, or even overlooking everything like the eagle. That's another representation of Scorpio. Look at everything from above, not as if you are doomed or pulled in by all of that negative Scorpio energy, which is possible if you're not careful. So, of course, we start off the week. The Scorpio sun is strong in the sky. And on October 26th, Venus will be square Neptune. Now, Venus has two important aspects that are happening. And this is the first of those two important aspects. And some of the last weeks that we're going to have with Venus and Sagittarius. So enjoy it while you still can. But with this, just be careful of any exaggerative or over the top sort of conspiracy theories you can be sucked into. Don't believe all of the hype or all of the negative or even all of the positive information that's swirling around you. And really give yourself room to put some doubt in there, because not everything is as it seems when Venus is square Neptune, especially when it comes to your relationships and your love life. You want to be extra careful that you're not over projecting from your internal baggage onto others, because that internal dialogue, or even what you expect, the illusions outside of you, can be blocking you from the love that you seek or from the relationships that you are currently in. It could be a sort of block to your harmony. So be careful with that Venus in Sagittarius square Neptune in its own sign in Pisces. Then we have October 28th and Venus. Again, this is the second of the important aspects that are happening in Venus. Venus, again, in Sagittarius, will be sextile Jupiter in Aquarius. And this is a positive aspect. So you got that harsh square to Neptune, and now you get a little bit of positive energy from the two benefic planets sort of in connection with each other. And the charm, the luxury, the expansion of your sort of romantic endeavor or your tryst, whatever you're going into with Venus, is sort of put on high alert, or rather really highlighted at this time. Whether that's harmony when you go traveling or in relationships, or especially when you're dealing with friendships, this is a positive social outcome that could really bloom into something more, or even highlight how much your lover's really interested in you, give you a little bit of hope, give you a lot of information when it comes to where you would like to take your relationships, what sort of things you would like to do together in terms of traveling, in terms of going places. Maybe it's a great day to sit down with the person that you care about and plan your 2022 vacations. That would be an excellent day to do that. And even if you aren't volunteering, maybe you guys can plan on doing some sort of volunteering in the upcoming months together, or even go out and volunteer that day. And then we're moving on from the amazing aspects to Venus, and we're going into the highlight of the week, which is Mars entering Scorpio. Now, Mars is in its own sign, and there's nothing that makes Mars happier than going into Scorpio. And I believe it's in an even better position than the Aries whenever Mars goes into Aries. Although they're both represented by Mars, Scorpio is sort of the higher octave of the Mars energy. It expresses itself so differently than that rush of blood and that, initial excitement that Aries represents. Scorpio is strategic. Scorpio is planning. Scorpio is going to bring you some positive action towards your goals and your dreams. So that sort of initial planning that you had when the sun was in Aries a few months ago, or even when the Mars was in Aries with the sun a few months back, now you're getting that strong position of Mars in Scorpio. The sun is there as well. Mercury will be joining it soon. And you just get this force of energy to bring power and mystery into your world. And this will inspire action. This will be a little bit more subtle than the energy of Aries, of course, but you'll be able to plan things out and execute them on such a higher level because Mars is sort of pushing you to be all you can be in this sign. And then, of course, just be careful that there might be some secrets that are revealed. There might be some information that you may or may not be happy about finding out. And of course, you'll be more into investigating things. You'll be more into finding out if the truth is really the truth, because there's no greater BS meter, let's call it, than the Scorpio Mars connection. When Mars is in Scorpio, we can sniff out the lies a lot easier because we are motivated to go for truth. We are motivated to go for sort of this clean energy, and even in terms of the water signs, this is the next level of the water signs and what sort of the emotions that you have. You can't control everything outside of you. And Scorpio knows that, but you can certainly control your inside and your reactions and your emotions. And you can sort of you always, if you know a Scorpio, you know what they do. They sort of hide how they're really feeling, but they're telling you how they're really feeling with their actions. So pay attention to this time and be careful about getting into any obsessions and anything that you might regret if you continue to dig into it, because you will find the answer during this time and you may not always like what you reveal. Then finally, on October 30th, Sun in Scorpio will square Saturn in Aquarius, and it will highlight the responsibilities we have towards our society. And every single person, every single one of us will get this jolt of, am I really responsible for the activity, actions, situations that are happening outside of me? And Sun in Scorpio, although it represents, the control we have of ourselves, it also represents the responsibility we have to others, the contracts we sign with our society. That's what this will highlight. Are you an active participant in your society, or are you a passive participant? And because of your passiveness, are you letting go of the values that your society that are most precious to your society? Make sure during this square of the Sun and Saturn, make sure that you are following through with your plans. Make sure you are connecting with your friends and checking in on them. They might need you. And of course, plan out how you will carry out support for others. See if there's ways for you to volunteer. See if there's ways for you to fulfill your social contract on this earth. We are all manifested as the beings that we are on this earth to fulfill something. This is a great time to find purpose in that moment that you were, created. Whatever you were created for, look for that purpose. It might reveal itself to you as this Scorpio allows us to dig in a little bit more. Sun in Scorpio allows us to dig in a little bit more about the things that we truly want to experience in this life. And maybe this is a good time to figure out what it is that you are contributing to this planet, even if it's just for your vote, if you're voting in your local community, or if you volunteer and help your local school, or if you want to change your career path so you can give more time to the people in need. So, hopefully it will be more supportive than conflicting, because it is a harsh aspect. It is a square, but a square can jolt you into action and get you thinking about the ways in which you can perceive things differently, and most importantly, act upon all of the imaginary or actively act upon the creation that you are trying to bring to this planet. So don't sleep on October 30th, and have a happy Halloween on the 31st. That will be Halloween. Get ready, enjoy your day. Everything is moving into Scorpio, so it's a perfect time. And you just had that full moon in Aries, but the next week you're going to prepare yourself for the new moon in Scorpio, which will be highlighted in next week's forecast. Thank you guys so much for listening to this forecast of the week of October 25th through October 31st. I hope you all have a happy Halloween. Enjoy your festivities. Enjoy connecting with your loved ones. And most importantly, if you are interested in a reading, and if you would like to learn more about your own personal astrology, please feel free to go to Instagram and connect with me there. That is the fastest way you will get your responses. A lot of people are asking, so I want to make sure that we're all organized and we go straight to Instagram and we send a message so that you can actually obtain your reading. Of course, I am super excited about the upcoming videos that are being published with Astronatic. These next few weeks should be action-packed. We're going to have wonderful astrology on Adele, which is our celeb astrology. And if you haven't already checked out our amazing post on the Kardashian Jenner clan and all of their astrology, that was really, really exciting. And we have a viewer question that has been answered, so that should be coming up in the next few weeks. So if again, you would like to join us, please go see the podcast, The Astro Read, so you can get all the lowdown on the celeb astrology. And most importantly, so you can learn all about how to interpret the stars in your own life. Thank you so much for enjoying this video, liking, subscribing, and most importantly, sharing. Your friends need guidance too. So share this video with them so they can get a boost on what to expect about their week. Thank you and enjoy your Halloween week.